Hey y'all, welcome to Micro Adventures with Ellie and
Josiah.
introduce yourself. You gotta be loud and you gotta speak into the mic.
Hi everyone, my name is Josiah.
Perfect. So we have a full body workout on deck, and today is gonna be upper body focused. So expect to see upper body in every move, but we will hit kind of all the things. We will be on one red spring to start. And we need some hand weights, so we will be lying down on top of the machine or lifted in a bridge for the first several minutes of class working with the weights. So I would suggest medium to heavyish dumbbells. I've got Josiah with 5 pounds today. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's what he says now. Also, we are going to use the bungee for some upper body work, so you might want to put it on its longest setting just to give you a little bit more room. And then there's some moves that we'll do lying down on top of the micro. If you know that your body is pretty long, like Josiah, you might want to roll out a mat beside the Microformer and use a mat instead. Let's get going. One red spring. We're going to find a bridge position on top of the machine to start. So sit down on the front platform. Grab your weights for me on the way down, Josiah. You'll want your weights, and then you're gonna place your head, neck, and shoulders on the carriage. So I'm kind of helping Josiah get into this so that his head can rest comfortably on the carriage. Good. Feel good there?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Plant your feet hip width apart and parallel on the floor. Light squeeze of the inner thighs. We're gonna place our weights right on top of our hip creases, and then we're just gonna start by lifting the hips up, squeezing the glutes, and then lowering down, tapping the hips down. I want you to focus in on your breath. Nice big inhales. Nice full, strong exhales. Right, so fueling your muscles with oxygen. I want you to tap into your core. Right, your core is part of this process as we go into these hip lifts. If the weights at any point are too much, you can ditch them. Right, and if they feel like too much as the load in your glutes, right, you could float the hands above the chest and hold the weight straight up in the air. But we're looking to get just a little bit extra into the glutes. Feel into space. Your knees should feel like they're stacking over your ankles. Good, that looks great, Josiah. On this next, oh my gosh. On this next bridge lift, we're gonna lift up and hold. From here, we're gonna go little tuck. So you're gonna relax the glutes and then squeeze the glutes, tuck the hips under. Little relax, little tuck. Think about kind of tucking the pelvis, squeezing your glutes, navel draws towards the spine, these little tucks right at the top. If you've ever done a bar class, same exact thing, little tucks, little squeeze and release of the glutes. You're here for 4. You're here for 3, 2, hold it up on 1. Float your weights up above your chest, palms facing in towards one another. You want a tiny micro bend here in the elbows. We're gonna go into an overhead lat pull, and we're gonna lower the hips at the same time. So weights are gonna extend up overhead, drop your hips down to tap your front platform, squeeze the glutes, lift right back up. So this is not a skull crusher, right? This is an overhead lat pull. Remember, your lats are those big wing-shaped muscles that span down the sides of your back. So as you lift your weights back over your chest, I want you to feel into your lats. Imagine your lats sliding down towards your back pockets. Good. And if the addition of the lift and lower of the hips is too much, you can simply keep the hips lifted or lower them back down. Good. Nice tempo and control. Make sure everything that you're doing, we're going really slowly. We're moving super mindfully. Good. Check in with the ribs. Think about the front of the ribs staying knitted together here. So don't let the ribs kind of splay open. Don't let the belly press out. Keep the core really strong. On this next one, let's lift the arms, lift the hips, hold. From here, we're gonna go into a skull crusher. So we're gonna bend at the elbows. Weights are coming down beside your temples, and then squeeze the backs of the arms, send your knuckles straight up towards the sky. Awesome job here, Josiah. Now your option, you can stay lifted in this bridge, or you can take this as a little calculated break for the glutes, and you can set your hips down to the front platform. So up to you. You do have a couple more moves. You do have some more bridge work. So if you are failing here, right, set the hips down, take a quick breather. Let's get the backs of the triceps fired up.
I have no butt. I need this.
Josiah says he has no glutes, so he needs to keep his hips lifted the whole time. Awesome. And normally I have Josiah working with 2-pound weights. Today I upped the ante to 5s because I feel like he enjoys class more when it feels harder. He's a little bit more engaged, so, Probably more snarky comments from Josiah today, more witty banter, more levity. In 4, let's bend the elbows and hold in 3, 2, we're gonna find a bend of the elbows, 90 degrees, hold, press the weights up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch. Relax your neck, shoulders away from the ears, focus on that squeeze, the backs of the arms, you're lighting up through the triceps. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, weights all the way up and hold in 4, 3, 2, 1, weights up, hold, send the arms up. Soften the elbows so your arms are a little bit more rounded. From here, everybody lift your hips up. We're gonna go into a chest fly and we're gonna lower the hips as we open the arms. So open the arms out wide to the side, hips lower down and tap, and then squeeze. And as you squeeze the palms towards one another, squeeze the pinkies in a little bit more. This is a pro tip from Josiah. So big chest fly, open out, hips tap down, and then squeeze the pinkies together at the top. So what does the squeeze of the pinkies do, Josiah?
Get you buffer.
It
engages your chest more.
It engages through the chest more. Pro lifting tip from Josiah, and I think we can trust him because he's been lifting weights like, I don't know, forever, for like his whole life.
Great. You're gonna look at me like, really? That's what you get?
Shut
You
up.
done wasted your life.
Goodness. Keep going with your chest fly. Check back in with the feet. So press down through the heels. Make sure the knees aren't knocking out or in, right? This light energetic squeeze the inner thighs, keeping the thighs parallel to one another, really keeping the engagement in the hamstrings and the glutes as well. Nice job. We are gonna lower the hips and we're gonna take the arms out wide to the side. You've got a little pulse right here. Take it down. You can lower the hips down, open the arms out wide, squeeze the arms up an inch, out an inch. Little up an inch, out an inch. Squeeze from the chest, strong through the biceps. You've got 10 seconds. We'll lift the hips back up, arms up in 3, 2, hips lifted, arms up. Now keep your palms facing in towards one another here. Weights right above the chest. From here, you're gonna lower your hips down an inch, lift the hips up an inch. Now press out with the carriage. Press out an inch, back in an inch. Good. Hips down, up, press the carriage out, resist back in. Take this as slow as you want. If you're looking for more intensity for the glutes, you can take your weights and place them on your hip creases, right? Adding that extra pressure to the glutes. You do not wanna feel this exercise in your lower back, so keep that in mind. Great job here, Josiah. So here's the deal. Up next, you're gonna be lying down. If you have enough space to lie down on top of your machine, you can do that. Otherwise, lie down on the mat beside your micro. Keep your weights. We're gonna go into a dead bug. So lying all the way down on the back with arms and legs in the air. In 4, in 3, 2, 1. You can lie down on top of the machine or lie down beside the machine. You'll go ahead and lie flat on your back. Extend your arms and legs straight up in the air. And from here, we're gonna really engage through the core. Make sure there's no rounding of the lower back off the mat. We'll lower one arm and the opposite leg towards the floor with control. Slow and controlled, and then squeeze back up through center. Good. Keep going here, Josiah. So he's got a really nice knit of his ribs together here. His abs are engaged. He's not pressing his back flat into the mat. There will be a natural curve in your lower back, but as you lower the arm and leg, you shouldn't feel the curve of the spine increase. So you can modify this a lot of ways. You can ditch your weights at any point. You can make the range of motion smaller, right? The lower the arm and leg get to the floor, the more challenging it's going to be. You can also bend the knees quite a lot, especially if your hamstrings feel tight. And I want you to slow things down just a little bit more for me. Good, nice work. We'll stay in this for another 15 seconds. We have a straight arm Pilates style roll up on deck. You can use both weights or you can keep just one weight. We'll get into that roll up, feet flat on the floor in 4. Keep your weights in 3, 2. Plant the soles of the feet flat on the floor. You're gonna extend your weights a little bit overhead. Don't let the lower back arch. And then chin towards the chest, start to round through the spine. Curl yourself all the way up. Weights reaching up. Perfect. And then lower down, one vertebra at a time with control. Take your time. So as best you can, try to really smooth this out so you're not using a ton of momentum, right? And again, you can keep both weights. You could do one weight, you could do no weights at all. And if the roll up really isn't happening, maybe you're reaching the hands behind the thighs and getting a little bit more support to peel you off the mat one vertebra at a time. Nice job, Josiah. So we're getting a lot of extra tension in our abs by picking up these weights, right? You're adding extra resistance here, getting the core a little bit differently than we traditionally do on the micro, which is great, right? Because we're mixing things up, we're keeping the body guessing, and we're keeping the muscles really working hard. All right, here's the deal. We've got a row with our bungee on deck. If you are one of my challengers and you're looking for a little extra, you're gonna place a hand weight inside the bungee for this row. Good, keep going with your roll up. You've got just about 5 more seconds. We'll place a weight into your bungee. We've got a left arm row with a plie squat in 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can place that dumbbell in the bungee. You can kind of thread your fingers around it. We'll step the feet out wide, knees and toes, natural turnout, tall through the spine. You're gonna sit your hips down into a plie squat as you row your left arm back. Oh, this is so much better with the weight, honestly. Your turn, Josiah. So if you need a little more resistance on the bungee, you're gonna step back towards the back platform. So you're gonna row as you sit down into that plie squat, knees and toes nice and wide. Awesome. If you need less resistance, you're gonna step closer to your front platform and focus in on your posture. You're lengthening the crown of your head towards the ceiling, your tailbone down towards the floor. Seal down through the outer edges of the feet, and big, strong row. Drive the elbow back, squeeze your lat. Good. Do you like the weight in the bungee? It's good, right?
I kind of like this mirror.
Josiah says he likes the mirror. Oh, really? You enjoy staring at yourself as you work out? What a surprise. All right, in 4, take it down and hold. In 3, 2, sit the glutes nice and low. Row the left arm back. Give me a little nudge with that left elbow straight back as if you're tapping a wall behind you with the elbow. Little nudge. Make sure your wrist is nice and neutral. No bending at the wrist. You're here for 10 seconds. We'll switch out the arms. Stay at the bottom of your squat. Switch arms in 4, 3, 2. Switch the weight. Good. Start at the bottom of your squat. Row the right arm back. Now resist. Slowly and with control, lift up. Awesome job. Make sure you're not letting the bungee pull you forward, right? So Josiah is keeping all this length in his spine, super important. And then check in when you lower down into your plie, we wanna make sure the knees are tracking over our middle toes. Sometimes we have a tendency to turn the feet out wider than the range of motion the knees will go in. So just make sure the feet and knees are tracking the same direction. Nice. Great tempo here. Very impressed that you're moving slowly. It's been a minute since Josiah's done this workout. Sometimes you forget, like I forget. I mean, I was really humbled when I started doing the challenge with y'all last month. That was intense. Let's take it on down on this next one. We're gonna hold right here. Find your best squat. Row that right elbow back as far as it will go. Little nudge, like you're tapping that right arm back. You've got 10 seconds. We're going standing outer thighs with a chest opener. Y'all face whatever direction you want. Josiah, you face them. 1 foot on the platform, 1 foot on the carriage. In 3, 2, and 1. So take your weight out of the bungee, ditch the bungee. It'll be right foot front platform, left foot carriage. You've got your weights. We're gonna go into standing outer thighs with a chest opener. So palms facing back, reach your knuckles to the floor. As you press the carriage out, hinging forward from the hips, strong straight arms, they're pressing back. Good, keep going here, resist in. As you do this, watch your shoulders. What I don't wanna see is as the arms press back, your shoulder is rolling forward. Okay, the shoulders need to be plugged down and back. Super, super important. So keep an eye on yourself. We don't want the shoulder rolling forward. Slow it down. Try to keep the neck in alignment with the rest of the spine and think about squeezing your shoulder blades together and down towards your back pockets. Good. You're gonna feel this a lot into your triceps, right? That's what gravity is doing as you hinge forward, the triceps fire up. On this next one, let's take it out 3/4 of the way and hold. 3/4 of the way out, hold. Seal down the outer edges of the feet. Little tiny press of the arms up. Little press, little pulse of the arms. You're here for 10. Chin off your chest for 8, 7, 6, 5. Nice fix, Josiah. 4, 3, 2. Press it out a little bit further. Resist in. Full range of motion, slowly and with control. Beautiful work here. We are rounding the corner here in this full body workout focused on the upper body. Big inhales, full exhales. Pause where you feel the most tension in the muscles, really firing up the outer side of the glutes. So we got the base of the glutes and those bridges. Right now we're really getting into the outer glutes. Let's go 15 seconds just like this. We're gonna hit some squats up next.
Holy moly.
Are you feeling it?
Yeah.
Josiah's feeling it, yes. 5-pound weights for the win. In 4, we're going squats. In 3, 2, keep some space between the carriage and the platform. Feet a little wider than the hips. You're gonna sit down into a squat with a tricep kickback. So strong, straight arms back behind you. Sit your hips back a little further. You're reaching a chair just out of your reach. Now drive through your heels, squeeze your glutes. Give me a hammer curl on the way up. Flex the arms, squeeze the biceps, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Micro bend in the knees, take it down, nice and slow. So tricep kickback, strong straight arms, glutes reach back, weights reach back, and then hammer curl as you lift up. Nice job, Josiah. Best you can, keep the carriage steady.
And just to clarify, I like the mirror there because of you get to watch your form.
Oh, Josiah wants y'all to
wasn't
know
trying to
he's
make
not
this
staring at himself. He likes the mirror so he can see his form. It's true. Honestly, I am 1,000 times better at doing this workout with a mirror so I can see what my body's actually doing in space versus what I think I'm doing. So if y'all have not invested in a mirror, you should.
I mean, secondhand stores.
Secondhand stores, great place to get it. This mirror was like $25 and it's huge. I mean, mirrors are expensive these days. I mean, everything's expensive. Gas is like $7 a gallon. I know that this is going to be time-stamped. It's 2022. So let's just see where the world goes after this. Let's take it down on this next one. We're going to hold. Go ahead and sit your glutes down an inch, up an inch. Lift the weights up an inch, down an inch. Hips down, up, weights up, down. Keep going. 2-part variation. Strong through your core. Even stronger through your core. Wrap the abs in and around you. In 4, full range. In 3, 2, 1. Right here we go back to full range. All right, y'all. Listen up. 15 seconds. We're going to ditch our weights. I don't know if Josiah is going to be able to fit in this next one. We've got a reverse floor mega wheelbarrow. So 5 seconds, ditch your weights. We'll bring our knees to the floor in front of the front platform. And we'll bring our hands to the carriage in 3, 2, 1. So knees to the floor in front of your front platform. Hands will come to your carriage. You're finding this floor wheelbarrow position, and then we'll start to send the carriage out. So this is a mega wheelbarrow because you are pressing against this spring tension and then resisting back in. So it's this like super heavy wheelbarrow. You can make the spring tension heavier by walking your hands to the inside edge of the carriage. You can make it lighter and more challenging by walking the hands towards the back edge of your carriage. Good, and from here, we're just gonna start to layer in a push-up. So every time the hands come beneath the shoulders, right, we'll find a little tricep push-up, meaning the elbows are wrapping straight back behind you. Lead with your chest, strong through your core, right? So constantly think about wrapping your abs in and around you. And when you do a push-up, you want to think about pulling your navel up towards the spine, right? So as your chest lowers, you're pulling your abs up and in away from the floor. The shoulders are down away from the ears. In 4. We're going to hold the wheelbarrow. In 3, 2, hold the wheelbarrow. Send the carriage out an inch, in an inch. Little out an inch, in an inch. Squeeze your abs tighter. Squeeze your glutes. 10 seconds. Your toes will replace your knees. We're coming up to a hovering bear in 3, 2, 1. Toes will replace your knees. Knees are going to hover right over your carriage. Hands are directly beneath the shoulders, strong through the core, and feel into your spine. You want to feel like your spine is parallel to the floor. Now keep everything steady. It will help if your feet are hip width apart. From here, keep a 90-degree bend in your right heel. Kick it up towards the sky. 90-degree bend in your knee is what I meant. Set the right foot down. Keep everything steady as if you're balancing a glass of water on your back. Left heel kicks up. So we're in hovering bear, and now we're doing these donkey kicks. You can think about these much like a bungee kick. Try to keep your body super steady as the heel lifts straight up. Keep going here. This is our second to last exercise. So strong through the core, so stable through the hips. Okay, and this is like really, really challenging. Go a little bit slower. Nice job here, everybody. Breathe into it. Lengthen out through the back of the neck. Finisher today is gonna be push-ups. Careful, don't kick our mirror. Finisher today is gonna be push-ups. So y'all can stay on the toes. You might just wanna walk your feet out behind you. You could stay in this hovering tabletop or knees to the front platform. All out push-ups in 3. Find your push-up position in 2 and 1. Let's go push-ups here. Yep, nice option. So Josiah's opted to basically float over the entire machine. So however you wanna get this set up, right, you're welcome to change the spring tension. If you feel like it's too much, you could do these on a white or a black. But let's get to where we're going. Push-ups slow and controlled. Lead with your chest rather than your face. Strong through the core, strong through the glutes, length through the spine. This is the closer on our upper body focused class today. So you want to make sure you get it all. If you need to pick up the pace on the push-ups to make it more challenging, go for it. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hold and pulse it out, final 10 seconds of class. In 5 seconds, lower halfway and hold. Here's 3, 2, find that halfway point, hold, little pulses up, little presses up, little presses up, strong through the core. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose, you are done. Sit your hips to your heels, stretch your arms forward. Awesome, awesome job, friends. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out, let it go. We'll gently make our way up to a comfortable seat. Right, turn to face us, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, shake out those arms. Maybe do some stretches for the shoulders, the triceps, right? Maybe for the biceps and the wrists, okay? So do some stretching, but for now, we're gonna seal it all in. Inhale, deep breath in, stretch the arms up overhead. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. One more time, deep breath in, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Give yourselves a round of applause. If somebody's working out with you, high fives. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. And thank you so, so much for showing up, for doing this work. You are all so amazing. And we'll see you again soon.